Looking for music that lifts your spirit and fills your heart? Experience the powerful sound of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. Now streaming on all your favorite music platforms. Find the Tabernacle Choir on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Let the music of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square inspire you today and every day. Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the go, enjoy the beauty of their world-renowned sound anytime. The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, streaming now.
Evening. Buyer's remorse. Buy a new car? I'll be moving in. Let's get started.
Sorry, I think there's been a mistake. I bought it from Carvana.
You what?
Yeah, great price. I even have 7 days to love it or return it.
So there's no...
No buyer's remorse. More like buyer's rejoice.
I guess I'll let myself out. Congratulations. I mean it.
Buyer's rejoice. Buy your car today on Carvana.
Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Good morning, DJ and PK. It's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Welcome in on a Monday morning. Here we sit in mid-July. Baseball taking a break. The All-Star game coming up. We're really in a part of the season that's heavily European. That's just the time of year in the sports season. Wimbledon is just finished. The British Open, the Open Championship, is about to commence. And we're going to be watching World Cup semifinals Tuesday and Wednesday in the middle of the afternoon because they're in prime time in Europe. That's right. That's where the real money is. So, what can I say? Heavy European influence this time of year. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the afternoon World Cup games. You know, people are at work and all that, but They're trying to program them for South America. They're trying to program them for Europe. They're trying to program them for North America. You know, it's not going to be perfect. And let's be honest. Fox has got the Major League Baseball All-Star Game Tuesday night. Home Run Derby is tonight. What do they want primetime soccer for? They got a primetime event Tuesday night. They need an afternoon game Tuesday. France and Spain. This is like 4-1 seeds in the NCAA basketball tournament. It's these FIFA World Rankings. Oh, there's not enough competition between continents. I mean, a nice kind of rough estimates of where teams feel, but you can't really trust them. Yeah, and now we're down to the Final Four, and it's the top 4 teams. France and Spain Tuesday in one semifinal, and then England and Argentina Wednesday in the other, and they're ranked 1, 2, 3, 4 in the world. If I had to pick, I would take France over Spain. That Argentina-England game, man, they both looked a little shaky. I picked Argentina at the start, so I'll stick with them. I got France over Argentina in the final. That was my pick at the start. And predictably, they are talking about a 64-team World Cup now. It'll be looked at for 2030. Yeah, they'll do it. There'll be more games. They'll make more money. They're going to do it. And the truth is, with 48 teams, and we got a lot of good games that, you know, teams wouldn't have made it. Right? Africa, they doubled the number of teams that come in from Africa, and then most of them advanced. A couple exceptions. Teams from Asia largely got blown out. But there were a lot of good games, a lot of good stories, whether it's Curacao, Cape Verde. I mean, it's just on and on. So I think they're going to go to 64. As far as baseball, you know, the story with baseball, there's a handful of teams that you can't clinch yet, but they just look great here at the All-Star break. I mean, obviously the Dodgers with just a spectacular. They're the only team that's made it to 60 wins. Although unexpectedly, the second best record in baseball belongs to Milwaukee Brewers, and man, nobody saw that coming. But there's a few teams that are in, and there's a few teams that are out. I would think that in the American League, with everyone so mediocre, I would say Kansas City, the Angels, and the Athletics probably out. But after that, even the Tigers might be in. So do they keep Skubal or do they trade him? My Padres are right at 500. I think there's legitimately 8 teams fighting for the 3 wild cards right now. There's 4 teams out. The Giants and Rockies are really bad. Cincinnati and the New York Mets. And that's it. I think everybody else plausibly has a shot. So, the excellent reliever in San Diego Miller. He's got 25 saves now. He saved games Saturday and Sunday. But is he going to be on the market? Are they buyers or sellers here with the trade deadline coming up? So I think that's kind of the story. And everyone's got to hope things can turn around because the Cubs were great. And then the Cubs were terrible. But now the Cubs are great again, and they're back in a wild card spot. And the Red Sox, I mean, they were left for dead. They just went 9-0 on a road trip for the first time since 1977. And now they're only 2 games under 500. In the American League, that puts you right in the middle of the wild card race. I mean, they are right in the mix, and especially because the Yankees got off to such a great start. But with Judge out, they've still got the best wild card spot. But if they don't get Judge back, they might just come back to the pack here. New York, Cleveland sit in wild card spots. Seattle and Minnesota tied for the last one. And Boston's only a half game out. The Astros are a game and a half. The Orioles are 2. The Jays are 2.5. And Detroit's 3.5. I mean, literally anything can happen. This is what they wanted with 3 wild cards, and now they've got it. Everybody's in. And the law of unintended consequences, should you trade your stars or not? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Do you have a chance? Because if Scooball goes to a team that's good and bolsters a rotation, the Dodgers got to hope Detroit stands pat. They can probably sign Scooball on the open market and they'll get him, but they don't want to have to face him this year. And because he can swing a series. And if you got somebody to go with him, look out, right? You got Mizorowski, look out. All right, DJ and PK, we got to take a break. Coming up, we got to get to the Utah Mammoth, and we've got to get to the Utah Jazz. We've got some college football coming up for you later this morning. Big 12 Media Days last week. Everybody's back now, including Mitch Harper, who covers BYU. We're going to talk with him coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Chandler Holt's going to join us live from Las Vegas, Jazz Insider. He's down at the Summer League. And a 6 for 18 shooting performance for Darren Peterson and a blowout loss to the Clippers. The Jazz got hammered in the third period last night. They played the Spurs Wednesday. We'll talk with Chandler coming up at 9 o'clock. We've actually got a little bit on the Jazz later this hour, but next it's the Utah Mammoth as they introduce some new players. Stay with us.
We all have routines. I'm Jabron, and with diabetes, mine was finger sticks. Sometimes I skip them because they hurt. The Freestyle Libre 3CGM changed that. It gives me glucose insights without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
Finger sticks are required if your glucose alarms and readings do not match symptoms, or when you see check blood glucose symbol for the first 12 hours. The views expressed should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment as a substitute for professional medical advice. Individual circumstances may vary. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Queen Carvania stood haloed by the morning sun. An army hung on her every word.
My champions, I have sold my chariot on Carvana. 'Twas a lovely SUV, an inexplicably queenly offer. They're even coming to the castle to collect it. Tonight, we feast.
An offer you can feast on. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Good morning, DJ and PK. It's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Bill Armstrong with the press conference. Anders Lee, Vincent Trocheck. Man, what an acquisition for the Utah Mammoth. And they're trying to thread a needle here. And I think Bill Armstrong will address this a little bit. They've got too many prospects. They don't need that many prospects. They don't want to give up their top prospects. So can they move some of them, make sure they move the right ones, and bolster this team for next year without giving up the guys who should be carrying this team in the next decade? You know, they're drafting these young players, right? So you're 18, 19 years old. Yeah, you could be really good in 2030, and you could be in your prime lighting it up in 2035. And that sounds a long way away, but that's the plan. You draft these guys so young. Actually, it's true in both the NBA and the NHL. Probably Major League Baseball to that point also. Probably not the NFL, just because guys do 3 years of college, not coming out at 18, 19 or whatever, and the game's so violent you just can't be sure you're going to be healthy. Although some draft picks now could have a big impact on that season, I suppose, 2035. So the question for the Mammoth then is, how much do you dare give up? How good can you get in the short run without jeopardizing the long run? I think the long run has to be the priority, but they've got so many prospects. They don't need them all. All right. So, introducing, all eyes on Trocheck, right? Here's Bill Armstrong, Anders Lee, and Vincent Trocheck on 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
Bill, let's start with you, bringing these two players in today, giving them their first taste of this facility. And Utah, what has the morning been like so far?
Well, it's been great. It's a proud moment for the organization to have these two special players join our organization and kind of see where they're going to work and live and raise their family and be part of the community. So it's a big day for us.
And for both of you, if you could just talk about the experience, the excitement you both have, and what role you guys want to play here with the Mammoth.
Yeah, I think it's been a whirlwind of a few weeks and just been so excited. My wife and I and our kids are looking forward to getting in town and getting settled. And the last couple of days just being here and driving around and seeing what our life could look like and the mountains and all that stuff. And the people have been phenomenal. And then coming in today and seeing the facility and getting to meet the staff and all the guys we'll be, working together with, it's been pretty incredible.
Yeah, piggyback off him. This is my first full day here. We got in late last night, but just to be able to come and see the facility, it's a pretty special place, honestly. There's not many places, if any, like this in the league. So my first taste has got me pretty excited.
Gentlemen, welcome to Utah. Anders, this is your first time putting on a different NHL sweater. How does it feel after spending so much time in one organization?
Yeah, it's a big change. There's no doubt about it. But the last few weeks, the last week and a half here, I've gotten to every day I look at this jersey and the logo and start to like it even more and start to feel more comfortable with it. And I think getting in town today and yesterday and getting a feel for things, you just start to begin the process of settling in.
And then for both of you, just what was it about Utah that drew you in? I know, there's a lot of interest from both of you, it sounded like, for other teams and everything. Like, what was it about Utah that was, where you had to be this year?
I think to start, it's just the team. Obviously a lot of potential and been taking a lot of strides the last few years. Very good young team. And I think for me, one of the biggest things is just going to a team that has a chance to win. So seeing that and then talking to a lot of the players, I'm close with Logan Cooley, Pittsburgh guy. Talked to him, talked to Kells, talked to a couple guys that I know on the team. They've just talked about the organization, the way that Ryan treats the players and how awesome it is here. So it just, all of that put together kind of got me excited, and that's what kind of made me want to come here.
Cole Bagley, KSL Sports. Vincent, you talked about a little bit. How excited are you to play with a former fan in Logan Cooley?
Yeah, I'm actually super excited. We were talking about it for a couple of weeks leading up to it, how it was kind of a possibility that I was going to come here, and I wasn't 100% sure how real it was. And he was texting me every day for what felt like 2 weeks, asking me what was going on. And every day at the rink, we skate together in the summer. So we'd always just kind of fantasize a little bit about what it would be like to play together. And I got to watch him kind of grow up from a young age and watch him grow into a spectacular hockey player. And it's exciting. I watched him when he was 12, he was skating with us and making me look bad. So he still does that now, but now to be able to play with him on the same team is going to be cool.
Vince, another question for you. There's a lot of center depth on this team, and there's a possibility that you may have to play outside of your usual role. How comfortable would you be playing on the wing as opposed to center?
Yeah, I'm comfortable playing pretty much anywhere up front. I think when you're a forward, I think centers and wings is kind of interchangeable. It's just a matter of once you start playing, there's a face-off, and then once you play, you're playing. Like, if you're the first guy back, you're low. If you're the first guy on the forecheck, you're F1. It's not necessarily whether you're playing center or wing. I think it's just throughout a game, the forwards are interchangeable parts.
Sarah Merrifield with the Mammoth broadcast. For both of you, I'd love to hear a little bit about what fans can expect to see from you as players. And, obviously with the experience you guys bring here, what can they get excited about to see you guys out there on the ice? We'll start with either one of you.
Go ahead.
Well, my game, I use my size, my body. Like to do a lot of the dirty work for the guys on my line and get to the net front, get in front of the net and try to create some havoc for the goaltender and, play a 200-foot responsible game outside of that, and kind of allow the skill guys to do their thing, and I'll meet them back in front and try to put something dirty in the net.
I also like to use my size. And honestly, I play a similar style. It's a lot of dirty work, hard on the forecheck, gritty style game, play 200 feet, play on the penalty kill power play wherever I can.
And Bill, to kind of follow up on what they've said, as tactically speaking, the pieces of the puzzle that fit with this organization, what do you see from these two and how you expect them to play with this group?
Well, our goal has always been the same, is to compete for and ultimately win a Stanley Cup. And I feel with these two players beside me to my left that we're one step closer to doing that. I love where they fit in on our team. Doing background on these guys was a thrill to know and understand how much they care about team. We have to get more competitive if we want to make it out of the first round, and I think by adding these two guys, we do that. They play a game that's a hard game, an inside game with skill, and they can beat you with their bodies or their minds. For us, we needed that inside game. We also needed players to be flexible. If you're going to win, there's 12 forwards. It's not, hey, I'm playing here, I'm playing there. It's whatever it takes to win. And we need guys to buy into that. We have so many different things that we can do with our club. I think it's our strength now. If we go play a team that matches up a certain way, the lines can be super flexible. Gives coach a lot of different weapons to use in a lot of different ways. And I think that's going to give us a chance to take that next step.
And then, Anders, one follow-up question unrelated. This Utah community has really embraced hockey here in these last 2 years. I know you have a track record with being really involved in the community from where you came from. Can you just explain why that's so important to you to be involved, and then also what you hope to do here in Utah?
Yeah, I think, we're, as hockey players and professional athletes, we're in positions where, we're on TV or we're in front of you guys today, and I think we have an opportunity to make an impact with that platform, and was able to do that a lot in New York and in Long Island, and meant a lot to me and my family to help kids with cancer and families that are going through a pediatric diagnosis. And I would love to continue to do that in this community and be able to give back. I think that's pretty special things that as athletes we have that opportunity to do, and something that I've really enjoyed doing, and would love to see where that can go here in Utah and in Salt Lake. I can tell from coming and playing here the last couple of years how much this team has been embraced and the energy that's in this building, and you see that around town even the short period that we've been in. So looking forward to getting into that.
Matt Coleman with NHL.com. Anders, you mentioned that you've played against this team the last couple of years. What have you seen as an opponent of this team, and what are you expecting to see out of these guys this season?
Well, I think as an opposing player the last few years, you can tell every year they're taking a step. That game is more difficult. It's not. It's a hard game to play. The skills on a different level. There's a lot of chasing going on at times, and you got to catch up with some of these guys, and you could see that. You could see that on their run last year and in the playoffs, that these guys, their window's coming up and it's open. And that was a big part of, the fit for me, wanting to come to a team that has an opportunity to win.
And then, Vincent, you mentioned practicing with Logan Cooley. Just what are some of the things that he's mentioned about Utah and just being here outside of the game of hockey?
He doesn't talk much, honestly. No, he says nothing but great things, mostly about the organization. That was the one thing that I really wanted to know about, was just how the organization was run and everything. he had nothing but high praise for how everything is. And obviously I've been able to see the facilities today. They're unbelievable. And like I said earlier, how Ryan is able to do whatever he needs to do, whatever it takes to try to win, that goes a long way. So, yeah, he had nothing but great things to say. I've been talking to him about the community and where I should live and things like that. And he has very little insight to all those things, but it's been good.
Vincent, perhaps you've already alluded to this, but last year Utah was part of your no trade clause. This year they came off. What changed? What sort of perspective changed to bring them off and to be willing to come here?
Yeah, it's just like I was saying before. It was just going to a team that I think can win was the most important thing for me. Been in the league a long time, and I haven't won anything, so that's what's most important to me. So that was first and foremost. And then, like I said, talking to Cools and Kells, hearing how awesome the organization is and how well it's run, that was just another added bonus,
You guys both played in the New York area the last number of years, so you played against each other a lot. Can you each tell us what you're getting out of the other player, or what the fans are getting out of the other player from a competitor standpoint?
Yeah, I'm getting a competitor to play with, someone that is not going to let you get by him easily, someone that can make plays all over the ice, and he has that ability to finish on a goal. I mean, Troch has always been someone that you kind of hate lining up against in a way. It's going to be a tough shift, and you got to earn it. And he's had a phenomenal career doing that, and it's nice we'll be on the same side now.
Yeah, it's been a pain in the ass playing against Anders the last few years, to be honest with you. Anytime for me lining up against him, I know that I'm going to have to hand him off to the D because I know I'm not moving him out of the net front. So you're getting a guy that's obviously a great leader. He's been a leader in New York for a long time. Great guy off the ice. And then on the ice, you're getting a competitor who's going to play hard. You see him standing up for his teammates. Great net front guy. Can put the puck in the back of the net. So a lot of great things.
Grace Lawrence, Fox 13 Sports Utah for Vincent. I mean, you talked about your talking to Clayton Keller. Can you talk about that relationship and what it was like to win gold with him a few months ago?
Yeah, it was obviously being able to go over there and win a gold medal with him was pretty special. But him as a person is just, what you're getting with him. He's just a great guy, great person, great leader. He cares about his teammates. And obviously he's a phenomenal hockey player on the ice. He's got a ton of skill. He does all the right things. He doesn't cheat. He doesn't cut corners. So talking to him in the last couple of weeks, just getting a feel for Utah as a community and as a team, he's been a great guy to lean on.
And then for both of you, you both talked about wanting to win. What would a successful year one look like for you guys in Utah?
I mean, every year you go into it, you come into training camp and your goal is to win the Stanley Cup. And I think you talk to anybody around the league, there's no moral victories. I think that's the goal, and that's what we're all shooting for.
That's it.
All right, the Utah Mammoth with the introductory press conference. We'll take a break. When we come back, Jake Scott is furious. I get it, but I'm with PK on this one. We'll get to that next. Stay with us.
We all have routines. I'm Jabron, and with diabetes, mine was finger sticks. Sometimes I skip them because they hurt. The Freestyle Libre 3C GM changed that. It gives me glucose insights without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre.us.
Finger sticks are required if your glucose alarms or readings do not match symptoms, or when you see check blood glucose symbol for the first 12 hours. The views expressed should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment as a substitute for professional medical advice. Individual circumstances may vary. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did you have to fight a dragon?
Nope, she bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Evening. Buyer's remorse. Buy a new car? I'll be moving in. Let's get started.
Sorry, I think there's been a mistake. I bought it from Carvana.
You what?
Yeah, great price. I even have 7 days to love it or return it.
So there's no...
No buyer's remorse. More like buyer's rejoice.
I guess I'll let myself out. Congratulations. I mean it.
Buyer's rejoice. Buy your car today on Carvana.
Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Good morning, DJ and PK. It's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott joined us on Friday. We didn't talk a lot about the rookies. We'll get to that coming up with Darren Peterson, 6 of 18, shooting 23 points. And the Jazz get blown up by the Clippers. Cody Williams, Ace Bailey, a combined 0 for 7. Not good. We'll talk about that coming up. But right now, it's all about Donovan Mitchell, Supermax in Cleveland. Jake joined us, and then we attacked him 2-on-1. I don't even know why he's such a good guest. Why would you do that, to come in and get beat up by the two of us? All right, here's Jake Scott with PK and I. Jake, good morning. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's the stupidest guest you've ever had on the air. It's a real pleasure to be here. You guys make it a habit of insulting guests right before you have
we
them
do
on
this.
the air?
No, we do this special for you.
I know. I heard you yesterday, too. So, hey, I know an ambush when I see one. Like Virtual Cole and Appaloosa, no. I'm happy to be here.
No,
good to talk to you both.
That is an oxymoron. If you see it, it's not an ambush. Those two things, that's a logical, it's illogical. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. You have to retract
I'm okay with it, though.
Wow, great point, DJ.
All right, so you got into, here we go. Put the gloves on.
Yeah, that was a little dripping right there.
Yeah. Jake is the most... Jake is the most... I
was called stupid.
Jake is the most negative, positive person I know. You are. No, seriously, Jake. You are positive. You are upbeat. You are fun. You're quick to laugh. You have an engaging laugh. We just heard it right there. But at the same time, the cynicism, the cynical nature. I was listening one day to you and Ben, and I can't remember what it was. And I was in my car, and all the other stations were broken. Ben even said something. I can't remember what it was. He said, I want to give so-and-so the benefit of the doubt. And right away, you're like, nope, they did it. And he imitated your voice, and it was spot on. And you're like, yeah, I knew it. They were bad. I don't even remember what it was. Somebody screwed up in the world of sports. I think it was a national story. I don't even think it was local. But it was and I was like, yes, because, and you did it at the media days. You did it. You had on the, you guys did a really good interview with the guy who runs the college football playoff.
Yeah,
the executive director. And it was your turn to ask a question, and you just the shortest question. And he was talking about who has influence and 12, 16, 24 teams. What are they going to do? What are all the things they're weighing? And you're like, yeah, but what about the media partners? The shortest question is like, they have the money, they call the shots. Stop wasting my time.
I only got a couple of questions for that, dude. I had to hit him with it. And by the way, that Ben thing, he was talking about Diana Rossini, and who turned out right on that one.
Yes, that is what it is. You're right. That is what it is.
You know what, DJ? You guys, I've known you both for, I don't know, 20 whatever years it is now. And when you first met me, I was, I still consider myself at times optimistic, but, I was optimistic. And then, of course, I listened to DJ and PK for 20 years, and I can't help but get beaten down by life.
Yeah, there it is.
Just turned into a cynical realist is what I like to call it. Yeah.
My work here is done.
But you know what? PK and I had it out on the air, and you know what we did? We walked back to the hotel, and then we went to dinner and had a bunch of laughs. It's it's. I love you guys. You know it. Even though you invite me on to try and go out. But that's cool. I'm here for it.
I just want to know why you're so wrong about this. That's all I want to know.
First of all, I love how arguments are characterized when one person isn't there.
That might be true. I've had that happen. So here's the deal. For people just join us, because we all know what we're talking about, and everyone else. You and PK are the star, and PK hasn't been able to pick on me for 2 days, so he decides, hey, there's Jake. I'm going to get into it with him. Donovan Mitchell, but it turns out, if PK characterized it correctly, I'm 100% with PK on this.
He thought it was a bad contract. They shouldn't have done it.
You think Cleveland shouldn't have re-signed Donovan Mitchell. PK thinks they should. I think they should. I think they had to. I don't understand how they could not sign Donovan Mitchell. The beating they would take would make what Boston is getting for not signing Jaylen Brown look like nothing.
Yeah.
It looked like a water fight. It looked like nothing.
That's a fair assessment, right, Jake?
Yeah, PK had some nonsense about fans and what the fans
Well, that's what he's saying, the beating. He just said that. The beating.
Okay.
Yeah, but the fans are money.
Right.
I get it. It's fans, and you can't have fans run your organization, but you can have season ticket holders dropping their tickets. And more importantly, you can't have, there it is, the fans who are sponsors of multi-million deals. Like, why are we sinking millions into this team? They were just in the conference finals. Now they're going to slip back into the middle of a mediocre East, which is, I think, what would happen if they didn't have Donovan. And I think, having watched a lot of basketball with you, I think I know why you don't want to give Donovan the money. And I get it, and I would think many of those things right before I gave him all the money. And the out for people like you is sign and trade. You can't not sign him. Now, if you can sign him and trade him, you can get a lot back. If you look at Donovan and say he's too small, he doesn't want to defend some of the time, most of the time, all of the time. And even when he does, if he does want to defend, they switch bigger guys and he's got to try to defend some dude who's 6 or 8 inches taller than him. And that's like not how you build a champion. You want to make a trade? Okay, fine. But you can't give him away for 30 cents on the dollar, and you can't let him walk the way Gordon Hayward did, because honestly, sponsors are gone. People in luxury suites are gone. Cleveland has the NFL. Cleveland has Major League Baseball. Cleveland has Ohio State 2 hours down the road, and if you live down the road a little bit, maybe they're only an hour and a half away. So they got to stay relevant. They can't let him walk. That guy's, he's a bucket getter, and you were just in the conference finals with him as your leading scorer. You got to re-up him.
Okay. Well, great characterization of why Donovan's flawed and the situation. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me tell you guys a parable, and I always screw this up, but I think you'd like it. So if I'm telling it wrong, whatever. But so Jesus and Moses were playing golf. Okay, they're out there playing golf, and Moses hits his drive, and it goes a little bit into the rough. And so what Moses does
6'10",
is
yeah, we expect.
Moses parts the nearby lake, flooding the course, floating Moses' ball up to the cup, and dropping it in for a hole-in-one.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus looks over at Moses and says, hey, are we here to fart around, or are we here to play golf? What is the point? What is the point? Is the point to win a championship and to be the best basketball team in the NBA, or is the point to fart around with a bunch of sponsors? The point is to win. And the point I'm making is that you're not going to win super maxing Donovan Mitchell. David, it's the contract. It's how big the contract is to the wrong player. I think they should trade him now, let alone extend him. I think they should flip him now. He's not going to get him where they want to go based on all the stuff you just said. And right now they're in the middle of making a bunch of terrible decisions because they're going to re-up James Harden, and maybe we'll see LeBron sign a minimum deal there, and it's a bad fit, and it's not going anywhere. And once in the NBA, listen, I know PK loves his Dodgers with all his heart, but this is not Major League Baseball. You can't just buy everything. You have to spend your money correctly. This is true in the NBA. This is true in the NFL. So, the Patriots in the NFL got a bunch of pushback for not re-signing a bunch of aging, very popular players. They let guys like Wes Welker go because it was not popular with the fans. I'm sure the beloved sponsors were saying, oh, I love Wes Welker. What the Patriots did was they paid the right people and they had the right superstar. Now, again, for all the reasons you're laid out, David James, so eloquently, Donovan Mitchell is not the right superstar. And what have, honestly, the entire league, the Jazz forever, what are they trying to find? The right superstar and the right way to build around that superstar, period. What are the Lakers, PK's beloved Lakers, what are they doing? They're trying to build around the right superstar. And if you're talking about Supermax, you're talking about 35% of the cap. You're talking about a crazy amount of money and restricting all of your flexibility. So is that player good enough? The answer is no. So you can talk about Quicken loans and putting people in suites, but what's the point? What is the point of what we're talking about? Because I don't care in the slightest about Cleveland Cavalier fans or their sponsors. I'm talking about what is the smart thing for the franchise to do.
Does Donovan Mitchell make their team better or worse? If he leaves, is the team better?
In what term? I mean,
Wins
now,
and losses.
10 years from now, 5 years from now? I mean, who cares about that? The idea
now, next
is
season.
To win. Hey, PK, the NBA is long-term, man. You got
5 seasons from now.
I disagree. The NBA's never been more short-term. I mean, we're seeing teams go from the lottery to champion in 3 years, and we're seeing champions getting knocked out in the first round the very next year. Or the second round, the very next year. I mean, no one can go back-to-back for almost a decade now. Not quite.
Yeah, well, you know
or
what?
even win
The
multiple,
Lakers
not back-to-back, just win multiple.
The Lakers had LeBron for 8 years, and they sucked for the majority of that 8 years.
But they won one title in 8 years, and nobody won two in 8 years. Nobody won two in 8 years.
I don't count the Mickey Mouse title. Okay. I mean, that's just garbage. In the bubble after 3 months rest, you have a team full of geezers. You take 3 months off.
So they would have been better if they didn't have LeBron James.
Better win.
When they didn't have, when LeBron was there. If take LeBron off, LeBron signed at I think it was 33 years old. Yeah. So they would have been better off not signing LeBron.
If you want to call Donovan Mitchell, LeBron James.
No, you brought up the Lakers, not us.
And put them in the same conversation as the same type of player.
No, I'm asking with the Lakers. I didn't mention anything about Donovan. Would the Lakers have been better if they didn't sign Donovan or LeBron James?
They had, so let's say LeBron's the right star at the right price. And I'm not a LeBron guy, but I'll listen to it. Yeah, that's fine. He's one of the greatest ever. Sure. Mm-hmm. You have the right star at the right price. But what do you do around that? Well, LeBron spent money on people like Russell Westbrook that took away all their flexibility, and then they traded all of their picks, and then they couldn't get over the hump because they paid the wrong people, and they didn't have the flexibility, and they didn't think.
Yeah, but that's the nature of every team.
They thought all year to year. Well, you know what? There's a lot of bad teams. Yeah. As the great Steve-On Smith Sr. once told me, there's a lot of dumb GMs out there.
Sure.
There's a reason that all these franchises suck all the time because they're horribly run. And so the point is...
Well, who's well run?
Well, the Spurs historically have been pretty well run.
Yeah, and they're going to come up on it in a couple years, too. They're going to have to get rid of guys because they're going to give max contracts. You don't want to give max contracts to maybe 2 or 3 players in the league?
supermaxed. Yeah. I totally agree. And you know what? Donovan ain't one of them. So why would you do it?
Because do you make your team worse without him?
I think in this era,
In the short term, bro.
Whatever term.
In this era, I think that I've always said historically there's only 2 or 3 teams going into the season. I'd take 2 or 3 teams and I'll give you the field and I'll win most of the time. But in this era, it's branched out to 6 or 8. I think the Knicks, the current champs, are a great example. Do I think they're an awesome, legendary team? No. I think what you have to do is get into the top 6 or 8 teams and hope things break your way. They were in the easier conference. They had the easier path. They played great basketball and they stayed healthy and they caught some breaks and they cashed in. And that's what Cleveland's got to do. They've got to find some people who are cheap. To your point, he's getting an enormous percentage of the salary cap. So they got to get people on the cheap. And whether that's draft picks or role guys who fit exactly the right role.
The Knicks got lucky. They
did.
beat a crappy Cleveland team whose best player is Donovan Mitchell, who obviously, by Jake Scott's acknowledgement, is highly overrated. And then they got Wemby when he's 22 years old.
Well said about the Cavs. That's
They were super. I think the
Knicks championship doesn't really count.
It does count.
Hey,
they all count. They all count. And I get why people want to rain on the Mickey Mouse title in Orlando, but if the Jazz had won it, nobody would ever say that here. Whoever won it was going to think that was awesome, and everybody else is going to go, Phil was right. That's not a real title. I mean, that's how that always works.
Well, it's not a real title, and that's fine. I don't know what would have happened if the Jazz would have won. Probably cynical me would have said the same thing.
Yeah. Is Joe Gibbs an NFL coaching legend? Yes or no?
Well,
just wait for it.
I'd say more of a NASCAR legend, right?
Right, and NASCAR's a great second chapter. But everyone would say yes, he's an NFL legend. And you know what he did? He won his first 2 Super Bowls in years that one year I think they played 8 games because of labor problems. Another year they used the scabs, the backups, the rejects, whoever was available for 3 games and counted them and still didn't play a full schedule. And he won that year, and nobody cares in the long run. He's Joe Gibbs. He's a legend. Nobody cares about that.
Oh, awesome, David. Keep going. You're good at this game.
Donovan Mitchell makes the Cavs better. Without Donovan Mitchell, he makes the team worse.
Yep. Okay. It depends on what you can get for him and what you can do with that. I mean, it's moving the pieces around the board.
But who are you going to get for him that's going to make you better?
I don't know. PK, you once clowned me for suggesting the Jazz trade for George Hill. You remember that? I got dragged up and down the radio for forever.
I don't remember that either.
6 months later, they trade for George Hill.
And
George
why?
Hill
He didn't win him anything. What a waste!
So let's go down the trade tracker. What they did for Donovan Mitchell.
I think you have
they something better than Paul George.
I think you've done a good job for taking. You've done a job. Actually, PK should applaud you off the air. I think you have the weaker argument here, Jake.
I bought him dinner.
You get you're on the road. You're getting it reimbursed. You've got the weaker argument, but you've gone with a strong point that he gets too big a percentage of the cap for what he provides on the floor.
They all do.
That's exactly it. So what becomes a winner in the NBA, what Austin Ainge and everybody over the Jazz has to do, just as the other 29 teams, you're going to overpay your best player. And I think it's easy to argue the Jazz have 2 players that are overpaid. We can argue 5, 10, 15 million bucks, whatever it is. So you've got to have players who are outperforming their number also, right?
Yeah. Well,
part of the Knicks thing is Jalen Brunson took less money and he outperformed his number. Now I could argue that Cat did not outperform his number, but they had to pay it because they had to have what Towns provided. They had to have it, and they got it, and they won. And so, did they overpay Towns? Yeah, I think they probably did. But they were able to underpay Brunson. Now, when Brunson wants to be paid next time, I think they're going to be in trouble. But they're going to have to pay it. And they're going to have to find other guys on the roster who outperform their number. And that's why everybody wants a rookie, someone on a rookie deal, because those numbers could be outperformed. They tend to be lower numbers. And the Spurs had guys outperforming their numbers. And so look where they got there. But the Knicks are lucky the Spurs took down the Thunder because the Knicks have a history of not being able to beat the Thunder.
And the Thunder
so you need a break.
2 starters.
And the Thunder, absolutely. The Thunder lost a starter and a key role player. And then in a 7-game series, that's just enough for the Spurs to squeak by, which is what the Knicks needed. But I think that's how you win going forward. The thought that you're going to put together a dominant team, pay everybody, and win 2 in a row or 2 in 3 years or 3 in 4 or whatever, what the Warriors and the Spurs and the Lakers have done in the last 25 years. I think these salary cap rules make that hard, so everybody is going to have to overpay somebody and then get a little lucky. I think that's what the last 8 years have been. How else did Toronto win it? They got a little lucky. The Warriors had injuries, and Toronto got one. Good for them.
Yeah, and in the Lakers' case, it took a pandemic and shut it down for 3 months and no travel.
I thought Denver.
The Bucks threatening to leave.
Yep.
Massive protests. That's what it took to get LeBron a title in LA.
I thought Denver had it set up to win multiple, and they've had to pull it apart because of money.
Well, they paid the wrong guy. That's my point. They paid.
But who was the right guy?
Now in Brooklyn, who
was the right guy?
You know what? Hey, don't fall in love with your own guy. That's cost the Jazz in the past. I brought this up with PK. They fell in love with Larry. Fell in love with Andre Karolinko. They maxed him out. It topped out that team before it even got started. You don't get your arm twisted by the dang sponsors. I can't believe you guys are so concerned about Cleveland's sponsorship team.
Because it's not your money. I can see why you'd blow that off.
I know. I think all these general managers are sitting there with the owner breathing down their neck, and I think it's in every salary cap league. And
the best general managers ignore that stuff and make the best moves for the basketball team. That's what the best GMs do. So
it takes the owner. It takes the owner that the Warriors had to say, "I'm going to pay that. I'm just going to pay
GMs?
The guy was the owner.
He'll go Sam Presti, and Sam Presti is going to already max deal to Chet Holmgren. It's what they do.
And Sam Presti traded hard because the owner made him, and he broke the last group up before they got going because the money matters, and that's what the owners want.
And don't add the rookie max extension and a super max contract for a veteran are not the same thing. Yeah, they're going to pay the price for that Holmgren contract. I totally agree. And Sam Presti ain't perfect. But people hear max and think it's all the same. It is not. A rookie max extension and a super max contract are not the same
but they're
thing.
all the same in terms of then when it becomes available, then you get the steps you go through and how many guys got the rookie max, then follow it up with
the Supermax.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, you got to get there first.
Right. And they will get there and they will pay it.
That's totally beside the point. Yes, I know the process. Thank you. But of what financial flexibility it leaves you and makes it a bigger or not so big mistake.
Right. And then let's wait until Holmgren is ready. And then that is the point. And all these guys who get the super max or even the rookie max, they're way overinflated, but that's the system that sets up. That's the
rookie max, you're paying on potential. Super max, you better be paying a player that's going to get you there.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
no guarantee in this.
But now we're back where we started with Boston because those two guys in Boston have done it. Well, they're not in Boston together anymore, but Tatum and Brown did it. They won the title, and not only that, they made another final, and they were in conference finals a bunch of times. I mean, they made that ownership group, which is now sold, a ton of money. But there's really no way out here, and I think that's part of the reason the Celtics sold. Let's sell high. The only way forward is backwards. It's horrific. We don't want to do it. So they sold. And now the new owners, and to your point, to pay two guys that much money and to pay them, what was it going to be, like 70 or 75% of the cap or something? They're not going to be able to put a team around him. So now the Celtics are getting annihilated for trading Brown, but they had to.
They better get you the title. So the Lakers made a bad decision in signing the guy who many people believe is the GOAT, but he didn't get him a title that counted.
No, again, you're not following. He could have been the right superstar. They paid the wrong guys around him, and they got rid of all their flexibility because they thought nothing but short-term. Nothing but short-term bad moves, which the Jazz, by the way, benefited from multiple times. because a desperate team was desperate to please LeBron and made a bunch of stupid errors.
So funny, actually.
You got to have the right superstar, and you got to put the right right people around him.
I wish we all had crystal balls then, because then it would be so easy to figure that out then, but it's not.
That's why this is hard. That's why the NBA is hard.
No,
That's why they make millions of dollars.
It's not.
That's
It's impossible. We're grading front offices against a standard that's no longer possible because of the way the collective bargaining agreement is written. If 0 people can win 2 titles in 8 years and 8 different people win 1, and then we dismiss each of the 8 for being lucky or being stupid for not winning 2, maybe it's just flat out impossible, and you got to reset the standard, because the rules now are different than the rules when the Spurs won 5 or when the Lakers won 3 in a row. The contracts are shorter, and the possibility to pay a player a lot of money is much bigger. And that can put a roster out of whack and make it really hard to / impossible to win a second title. So if we just dismiss one as luck and that's all you can have, then everybody's idiots. Well, I don't think everybody suddenly became idiots.
Well, prayers up for Cleveland sponsorship team. I hope everything goes well for them.
Well, at least if you don't win at all, make money, huh? Sounds pretty good to me.
And have fun along the way.
I hope they succeed. Their bottom line looks good. It's my number one worry in life.
Just like the Jazz. They didn't win anything. What the hell did they sign Malone for? They didn't win anything.
And the Stockton guy, too, for that matter.
Yeah.
And why'd they trade for Hornacek? What was the point?
Trying to win.
Right.
Didn't get there. Trying to win.
Yep. Well, that's what Cleveland's doing. And I'm with you. I wouldn't pick them to win either. But guess what? I didn't pick the Knicks either. I'm accepting that it looks different here. And it's looked different for about 8 years now. It's a new trend, and we need to catch on to it. All right, Jake.
Good times. We'll see how it goes for them.
Jake, I hope we got you wherever you were going.
Way.
Wait, what?
You're a good sport either way.
Oh, no, I love coming on with you guys. I love you guys. It was the worst 2 years of my life producing your show.
Wait, that doesn't line up. Alex is in there. What am I getting into?
In this community, you're supposed to say it's the best 2 years of your life.
Oh, man, no. It had nothing to do with you two guys. It had everything to do with, I was, 23 right out of college, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning with 3 roommates that weren't going to bed until 4 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't ideal.
When we come back, what is trending? The headlines are next.
Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on the scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.